What's going on, guys? King Strats here, back in the video on the channel, and we are back with part 2 of the Wegmans food haul. Wegmans was awesome. I tried a bunch of food from the hot food court in the car, and I really liked it, but I couldn't wait to get some of this take home and eat meals. You gotta heat them up. So the chicken was in the oven, the mac and cheese is in the oven, everything else is microwave. I also have a bunch of desserts here. So I got 3 cookies as well as 2 different kinds of cakes, which I'm gonna go throw in the fridge so they're fresh, but I wanna try all this stuff before it starts getting cold. I can't wait. If you didn't watch the first video, go ahead and check that one out after you finish this one. But I really enjoyed the Wegmans food court. I thought the food was delicious, most of it. Some of it was, but for the most part, definitely something I really enjoyed. So I can't wait to try all of this. I'm gonna start off with the one that took the longest to make. Fried chicken. You get 4 pieces for $12. You can get 10 pieces for $20, and they even have 1 piece for like $1.50. It's all in the take home and cook, I guess you call it heat and eat bar. I'm gonna start off with the thigh, nice and crispy. Again, this took like 30 minutes to cook in the oven at 350. Oh, was that a, did you just drip? Oh, you did. Oh, you dripped. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let me get one more brightest bite. Hold on. It is really juicy. I'm not even gonna come out. It was dripping before, but it is really juicy. The batter is really, really crunchy. It is seasoned. Now, I'm not gonna sit here again and compare this to like anybody's fried chicken, but as far as the ones that I've gotten from stores, Walmart has fried chicken and places like that, including Whole Foods. Probably the best one I've had. On that scale, this gets a 9. On every fried chicken scale I've ever had, it's probably about a 6, but that's about normal considering. Not bad at all. Really juicy. I don't want to. All right, let's try this. I just cracked this open. I was going to do another video with this, but we'll do that one too. Why not? I got some fried chicken. I'm throwing mild sauce on it. Harold's Mild Sauce, Chicago. What up? I forgot where I got this from. I think I got it off Amazon, but just get in here. This is my first time trying this. I hope it's as good as everybody says it is. Oh, hot as hell. Not steam. Honestly, this chicken's so hot I can barely taste it. Okay, hold on. Again, these are from a bottle, and I know if you get them from Chicago, when you do all the stuff they do there, it probably tastes a little different. This is much thinner than Mambo sauce, and it has a much larger vinegar taste to it. Like, I get a lot of vinegar in this, and when I look at the ingredients right now, vinegar is the second ingredient. Vinegary, tomatoey, I like it, but I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I prefer the Mambo sauce. It's got just a little more going on with it. I would eat that, but the Mambo sauce, it's a W. Don't get mad at me. I'm allowed to have an opinion. As far as the chicken goes, still very good. Next up, we got this lobster mac and cheese. Now, this took 20 minutes in the oven at 350. Now, the top is a little crispy because that's the way then I have to stir it. But there was a ton of lobster on this before I stirred it in. But according to the directions, you're supposed to stir it. So I did. And it looked a lot better before I cooked it. But there is a lot of lobster in here. It costs $15 for this mac and cheese. So I hope it is remotely good because I'm going to be mad if it's not. It's all right. At least it tastes like I got lobster in it. The cheese, this is going to sound so weird. The cheese ain't really cheesing. If you know, you know. I don't even know how to describe that other than that. But it's neither creamy nor cheesy. It's just cheese flavored. Which is a little bit of a letdown, considering. But I will give them this. There is a ton of lobster meat in here. And it don't taste like imitation crab or anything like that. It's lobster. So, Just like most of these mac and cheeses, Whole Foods had the best one so far. If you season this up, it would be passable. But it's in that same category as the Costco one, where it's passable, but it's not something I'd go out of my way to get. I definitely wouldn't buy this just for the lobster. No way. 5.5 out of 10. Ollipop root beer. I wasn't going to film this, but I didn't try this last time. Ollipop is very similar to a lot of those influencer targeted things on TikTok. It has like Bloom Nutrition and Dano seasoning, where that's kind of how they got some traction. Crumble cookies is another one. Not that it matters, but the first one I had was I gave a 7 to for what it is. It's not bad. It's the same idea with this. It just tastes like watered down root beer. If you're expecting this to taste like a soft drink like soda, it won't. But if that you don't go into it with that, I don't necessarily think it's bad. This is supposed to have a little bit more of a healthier version because it's sweetened with stevia, which I understand. It also has like 9 grams of fiber in here, so don't drink too much of these because you will be on the toilet. But given that it's more marketing itself towards like a health thing, I don't mind it for that because it tastes better than a lot of health drinks. But it doesn't taste better than any soda, or for that matter, seltzer water either. This one's slightly better because the root beer flavor is a little more palatable, so I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10. Again, I'm not like comparing this to sodas and everything else, just more of that health-oriented type of stuff. It's really not that bad. Now we have another one of the Heat and Eat meals. Now, they had a bunch of these, but this one is pulled pork with mac and cheese and string beans. And I wanted it specifically for the pulled pork, but if you ordered pulled pork by itself, this was, I think, like $12 or $13. The pulled pork was like 10, so I said, you know what, let's just get the meal. But they had a bunch of these with like chicken parm, and I couldn't get 900 things, so I had to kind of pick which one sounded the most interesting. The pulled pork, I mean, it looks like pork. It's more about how it's flavored. I don't like that barbecue sauce. It tastes like ketchup. Like, just, there's no, like, overly sweet or tangy. There's something missing from that barbecue sauce. As far as the pulled pork, the texture on it isn't bad. It's a little on the tougher side, but again, this is pulled from a microwavable thing, so I'm not expecting it to be crazy. My main gripe with that is the barbecue sauce. I couldn't eat this because I don't like the taste of it. I can't put my finger on it. It's missing. I'm telling you, it just more tastes like tomato. There's no molasses. There's no, like, tangy, nothing. So a little bit of a letdown for that. I'll give that a 4 out of 10. I might as well just try this mac and cheese. How does this taste different from that? What did they do to this? That might be the worst of all the mac and cheese I've had so far from these chains. The cheese doesn't even taste like cheese. It tastes like bland cheese. How's cheese bland? That's a almost like watered down queso. Like, I'm trying to give you a, so I can get you in the right place. If you took like cheese dip and you poured water in it and diluted it, that's what it tastes like. And it just, that gets a 3. String beans. These just said like seasoned green beans. I don't see what they're seasoned with because there's no seasoning on it, but they lied to me. Ain't no seasoning on it. Come on, man. That just made me mad. That just made, they don't taste bad. They just taste like straight up green beans. But it said seasoned, so in my mind, I'm thinking maybe like salt and pepper. You know, it's Wegmans. So salt and pepper is cool. Nothing. Straight up green bean. But I eat straight up green beans. I just wasn't expecting that. I'll give it a 5 out of 10. I would eat these because I eat that when I'm just chilling and eating, so I'm cool with that. I would put some kind of seasoning on it though, but that's cool. And then they had an Asian bar. Now, I did the sushi already in the car, but they had fried rice that I wanted to try, and then they had a salmon teriyaki bowl. I'm going to start with this salmon teriyaki bowl. It comes with noodles on the bottom, but I love fish. This might be something I save because I'll eat fish just off camera. I can get down with that. I can get down with that. I can get down with that. Their fish is very fresh. I expect that from them. You know, Wegmans caters to a different, at least around here, all the Wegmans are in really, really nice neighborhoods. You can't serve them fake fish. They'll outrage. They got too much money up there. Let's try these noodles. I want to get one of these peppers, though. All right, here we go. The peppers, again, have that very... And the noodles, like, I said this in the car, like, very Panda Express. Like, just tastes like very stock, frozen. It's not bad, but it's got that, like, bland soy sauce kind of taste, if that makes sense. What really, the star, I would prefer to just get this salmon. The salmon's good, man. I like that. I keep going back to it. I'm keeping that salmon. I'm eating this later. This is cool. The lo mein doesn't really taste like much, but I think it's palatable enough when you mix it with the salmon. It'll definitely work. The salmon has a very nice teriyaki taste with a little bit of that scallion that's hanging out on the top. This is a nice little meal, and it was like $10. I'm more than okay with that. Wegmans always has stuff that, instead of throwing it out, they put it on sale. So the stuff that they're gonna, like, is not spoiled yet, but it's going towards that, they always mark down. So some of their sushi was like $5. Some of this stuff was like $7, $8. It's a nice way to go, because they're not throwing anything out. You know, no one cares over there. They got so much money over there. I was just like, whole different story. Maybe we'll talk about that at the end. I'm trailing off. Salmon's good. I'll give that salmon a 9 out of 10. Like, I would eat this if I was, like, just trying to eat clean. And I went to Wegmans. I'll get one of these, and they got, like, containers of white rice. I'm picking at this salmon now. I haven't had salmon in forever. Like, just like regular salmon like this. I never get it. And the noodles, I would give it 6.5 out of 10. They're passable, but I would prefer it with white rice and maybe just some broccoli. Fried rice. I know that I should doctor this up before I eat it, because I do that with every fried rice I get, but I want to try this first. It's just vegetable fried rice, so there's nothing in it. There are eggs in here, though. Like, that's a big chunk of egg. That's a nice sign. But I'm going to try this first. I mean, it's not bad. I'm extrapolating because I would have put, me personally, some hot mustard. I'm not getting up. Some hot mustard, or maybe some Chinese hot sauce. But the flavor on this, it doesn't taste like the frozen kind. It just tastes like it was actually made with egg and all the different ingredients and fried up. Like they took their old rice and they fried it. If they did that, bravo. Because day-old rice makes the best fried rice. And there's a ton of eggs in here. Like, more than I'm used to. Kind of throwing me off. But other than that, little scallion in here has more of that hibachi taste where you just add the soy sauce. You can definitely work with this. And again, not the greatest fried rice I've ever had, but just picking this up to go, I'd take this home. 100%. I'll give this an 8 out of 10. I have so much food. Like, I have so much food. So I got 3 cookies that I wanted to try. They're from their bakery, fresh. We have a double chocolate. I'll just try the double chocolate first. Nah, y'all need to see these. We have an oatmeal cranberry, which looked really good, and then a peanut butter cookie. But I'm gonna try this double chocolate chip. These, I love chips like the chocolate chips like this, the cookies. It's not boneless, but it's close. Like, it got a bone. See what I'm saying? Right, but look at all the chocolate in there. A ton of chocolate. It's got a bone, but the bones is brittle. It's like grandma bones. Ton of chocolate chips in here. That's what makes a good cookie to me. I prefer double chocolate chips with a nice cookie dough. These are addictive. I love solid. Yeah, right. Let me stop. I eat the whole damn cookie. Even though I ate 3/4 of it. Does it really make a difference? Sign me up for those. Bakery-wise, most bakery cookies I think are fire. These are right up there with them. 9 out of 10. Next up, we have the oatmeal cranberry cookie. No, these are not raisins. They are cranberries. Oatmeal raisin is an old man flavor. I'm an old man. I love oatmeal raisin cookies. Only thing that kind of upsets me about these cookies is they were all noticeably smaller than every other cookie that I got. And I looked through them. I was like staring at them because you take little tongs and get them. But this is what it is. These are not it. These are not it. Whoa. I think they messed this batch up and just put them out there. I like the cranberries. It does add a little something different. There's still that nutmeg taste, but the texture on this is like super off. I think they just messed this batch up because they're like chewy. And not in a good chewy, like eating Weetabix chewy. If you're not from the US, you know what I'm talking about. These get a 3 out of 10. And then, peanut butter cookie. Now, they label these as vegan because they are. Most peanut butter cookies are. Because they don't use the egg and other stuff that they use in some other cookies, so they call these vegan. Cool. Peanut butter cookie. Usually like right in the middle. They added little pieces of peanuts, so it gives it some kind of chewy texture to it. Again, nothing hits like those chocolate chip. But these have a nice peanut butter taste. They're not awful. They're not bad. They're just mid. We're cool with that. I'll give those a 5.5 out of 10. Now, walking out of the Wegmans bakery, or should I say walking to the back part of the Wegmans bakery, they had a ton of different kinds of cakes and pies. It took me 20 minutes just to figure out which ones I wanted, but I played it kind of safe and went with my 2 favorite kinds of desserts. Yes, my literal 2 favorite. Number 1, key lime pie. They had a mini key lime pie, which is right here, for $8. I love key lime pie, and it's hard to find good key lime pie these days. They just keep marketing things as key lime pie, but they don't use key limes. It tastes like key and peel. So, we'll see. There was a nice little graham cracker top on this. Is there a graham cracker crust? Yes? Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's like kind of stuck there. All right, here we go. Nice big thing of key lime pie. What is, wait. Working with something here. I can get down with this. I can get down with this. Nice graham cracker crust. I wish the crust was a little thicker because it's hard for me to actually get it. But when I do get it, it's delicious. I love the TLC. There we go. There, now you go. Take that off. Got to take this out of pennies. Oh. The meringue, it's not overpowered. It just gives it a nice textural change. And I believe these are real key limes. Some people use key lime pie and they don't use key limes. It tastes like different. There's like a noticeable, almost like a tanginess to a key lime that if they don't have them, they figured out how to emulate. So, very nice job on this. And for $8, I've been to restaurants where they serve me something smaller than that for $8 and it tastes half as good. That's a very good key lime pie, especially considering where I got it from. I would pick that up every time I went there. That gets stamped. It gets a 9 out of 10. Number 2 on my top 3 desserts. Carrot cake. By the way, my third, tres leches cake. If you've been here, you probably see me waxing poetic about it. I love tres leches, but carrot cake, I don't know why I like it. I never even ate it until I was an adult. I've had some crappy carrot cake, and I've had some really good carrot cake. This one looks kind of in the middle, because I don't like seeing those big carrot chunks. I know carrots are in carrot cake, but I don't like seeing it. It turns me off. But all that matters to me, I also put the raisins in here. They put the raisins. That's a hit or miss thing, the raisins. Not everybody does the raisins. Cream cheese top. Let's see. I gotta get one more. Hold on. What the hell am I tasting? This is from the other end of the spectrum of my carrot cake fandom. There's too much textural difference in this. There's supposed to be some of a textural difference, but you can see how much of a textural difference is. There are walnuts in here that I'm getting. Definitely a ton of raisins, like an over-the-top amount of raisins, and not enough of the cream cheese in the middle of that to offset that. This has the texture of fruitcake. The key lime pie was on. This is not for me. That's disappointing. I never get good carrot cake no more. How much does this cost? $6.50. Yeah, get the key lime pie. This gets a 3 out of 10. Today's topic will be a little different. I do have a topic today, and it kind of dawned on me while I was at the store. It's about America in general. Nothing critical, just observationist. I have friends, and there's some of you that are watching that are not from the United States. And a lot of people that aren't from here tend to group the entire country as a one. Like, they think all Americans act a certain way. And when it comes to people from Europe or even Australia, I think they don't realize how big of a country the United States is and how regionally diverse that we are. Southern Americans as opposed to Southwestern Americans, as opposed to people on the West Coast or Midwesterners, people like me from the East Coast or the Northeast, and so on. Within that, you also have a lot of people that are first or second generation immigrants who have a lot of cultural differences that they kept with them from their own country. So we're not all the same. And when it comes to how we live, it's definitely not all the same. And the reason that dawned on me today, it didn't dawn on me, but it's so crazy. I drove to Wegmans today, right? And Wegmans is a decent distance, but it's in the same county that I live in. But it is literally on the other side of the county. So if people don't understand Bergen County, New Jersey, if you can look this up, but it is one of the wealthiest counties in the United States of America when you look it up. A lot of professional athletes, people who work in New York City, live in Bergen County because it's right across the river. But they all are concentrated highly towards the north part of Bergen County. So there's a highway in Bergen County called Route 4. That's the name of it, like Route 4. It is like a county divide. And when you cross Route 4 and you get north of it, that's where all the money is. I live south of Route 4. Different kind of area. Most people here are very blue collar, middle class to lower class in general. Up there, it is upper middle to upper class. No exceptions. So driving up there, when I crossed that highway and I got off the highway to go to this, you just notice how different everything looks, how far apart the houses are, how nice all the cars are, how clean all the parking lots are, how non-noisy all the park. I know there was noise in the video I had yesterday, but compared to the other place I was at, and I was in Paramus, which is right on the county of, like, the Route 4. Like, that mall Route 4 is right behind it. No joke. Like, it's right on the line. So, it's just crazy when I get up there, seeing how nice the people, it felt like I'm in another country or another state, because everybody just, when I went to get my food, and I got my meatball sandwich, I said this in the video yesterday, the guy, without prompting him, because when I saw him put my sandwich together, I was like, he really put a lot of sauce on there. I didn't ask him. He wasn't even looking at me. He turned right around and went, "Are you taking this home? There's not enough sauce on this. Can I give you a thing of sauce? I'm give you a thing of sauce to take home." And I was like, "Thank you." If I was where I normally live, they wouldn't have said nothing. Like, he would have just handed it to me, and I would have had to be like, "Can you give me more sauce?" And they would have went, It's just crazy how different things are, even within the same county of the United States. Like, everybody up there, when I went up there, it's all Audis. Everybody's driving Lexuses and Audis and Beamers and, like Maseratis. And Maserati's not a great car, but it still costs a lot. BMWs. It ain't even that far. And I just found that startling. So people from the United States, like, I know you guys know this, that it's largely separated by neighborhoods and cities and counties and states and so on, where, like, it's a very small percentage that are living with all the money and all the stuff, like, that you think, or like other countries think. People that aren't from here, you'd be surprised what other countries think of us. But I just thought it was funny when I saw that, and I walked in there and just saw how different the store was. And I'll put it this way. Next to this Wegmans, there's a Lululemon, an Orange Theory, and a pet food boutique, like a designer food place for pets. Like, I ain't used to that, and I was just like, wow, I know I'm in a different place, and I wasn't that far. It's crazy, but I was just thinking about that today. I appreciate y'all, man. I hope you guys enjoyed the Wegmans video. I really like Wegmans for the most part. Not everything is amazing, but when you find what you find, it is good. $400 later. But I appreciate y'all, man. We'll be back tomorrow. More content. Thank hand signs. They made it to YouTube.